everybody, I'm Game Rebecca.
I'm Gamerlin.
And we are 10 times 10.
And we are here today to talk to you about a game from Dead Alive Games.
Oh, it's Kittens in Space. Oh, yeah. Look how cute it is. It's so small. See? Moonbuddy called it. Yeah.
So, Kittens in Space is a 1 to 6 player card game, that basically you are utilizing a deck of cards made up of numbers 1 through 9 and also 0. Each number has a suit, at least a 4-card suit. That one card of the suit has an icon on it that has a little bell icon. And basically what you're doing with this deck is that you're making kind of a 4-row section of random numbers that you draw out of the deck, and basically you're trying to count up or down based off the rules using your set hand to try to empty your hand to win the round first.
Yeah.
And basically you're going to play up to 3 or 4 different rounds of this, and whoever is the first person to be able to win 3 or 4 rounds wins the entire game.
And how you win is by getting your hand completely discarded.
Discarded.
Just
or,
like
well,
Uno,
not discarded, but
kind
yeah,
of.
dished out.
Yeah, but yes, anyways. So it's got hints of Uno, hints of, I think we said dominoes at some point. I think we said
like solitaire.
Solitaire. It's so interesting. It's such a cool little mishmash. It's really, really fun though. Really enjoyed it.
Which is amazing, and it makes it its own unique game.
Totally.
Now, one thing I'm going to get out of the way here really quick is that based off of the packaging, the name of the game, and different things like that, some people might be turned off in this game. Now again, I would suggest, this doesn't make you any less of a man. If you don't dig space, so what? It's still a card game. If you don't dig cats, so what? It's still just a card game. Now, me personally, I would say I would look at a game like this because I'm not into kittens. I dig space to a certain extent. But this would be a type of game that even I would probably overlook. But taking the chance and being able to play it, I would say this is a game for any and everybody. It has a great mixture of strategic and luck to the game that would appeal to anybody. Absolutely. Especially for the fact that this is a very fast game.
Yes, it is. And I am the complete opposite as far as appeal. So this is totally up my alley, and while he would pass it in the game store, I am beelining to something cutesy like this. So, but yes, it is fantastic. Absolutely loved it. Very, very fun. Our game consisted of 3 players, and it was super duper fun. Got competitive real fast. So awesome. Also very quick game, which is great because sometimes people don't have time to hang around and play like 45-hour, long game and whatnot. So it was really, really comprehensive, very easy to learn, and as far as getting a winner and whatnot, very, very fast.
Yes. So another thing I would definitely say too is I love board games or card games that allow for more than your conventional 3 to 4 players. Because definitely when we go out and be able to play with friends and stuff like that, and especially if there's a big group of us together or whatever, it's very disappointing to have to limit a game because it only allows 4 players in comparison to something that might include 6 or more people.
Yes.
So then we have to break down into smaller groups, and not everybody being able to play with, whoever they want to play with or at least have around. So definitely I give a lot of credit to the fact that this game is fast, it allows a lot more players, and even too, again, like we said before, there's a lot of strategy to it, but also a mixture of luck.
Also, super easy to learn.
Super easy to learn. At first I thought it was a little bit more complicated, but the only complication comes in the fact of when you have more people at the table, it might make it a little harder to learn. So definitely I would say, if you're getting this game, play a small game first so that way you can get the gist of it, and then have a bigger game later on or whatever, so that way you able to teach the new players, and also to see the kind of like the comparison of what the difference may come with that whole thing. We're talking about strategy and luck coming into play when you have up to 4, 5, or 6 players.
Totally.
So I will say there are a few things, very few things. I wouldn't even say few. I'll say more like a couple of things that we might have had issues with the game. One being the particular card that we call the Rescue and Adopt 'em card.
Yes.
This card is very cool mechanic in the game, as we'll probably show you a little bit in the video here. But the problem that we had in the game was in the very beginning of our 3-player game, we did not notice nor realize that depending on how you flip the card affects the game. You have to pay attention.
You gotta flip it this way so that it changes, see? And now it's on that side. But if you go this way, it stays the same. So you need to pay attention to the way that you're flipping the card.
So during our game, that became an issue that we couldn't go back to fix or anything like that or whatever. I don't think it changed the game too much or anything.
Really.
But again, it was just an issue we kind of saw where it was like, oh, we did not notice that at first.
Yeah, because it's like that could totally affect your strategy somehow or everything like that when you're moving the card over like to the different rows and it's like, wait a second, I meant to do this. So yeah.
Another issue that we probably came across in the game, and again, this is a very small issue, is the mechanic dealing with the bell. Now, dealing with the bell, it was only just temporary and more so user kind of like figuring out like what we're needing to do. So we had to double cross over the rules on what the bell meant and what we are supposed to do in the order of operations. But once you get used to it, it's a very simple mechanic. It actually puts a lot of strategy and technique into the game that I definitely would say makes it different from any other game you play.
It gives it a nice flavor.
Yes. Other than that, though, the game is perfect. The packaging and the artwork is done very, very well. It's a very easy to learn game, besides those small little things that you'll want to take notice of.
Yes.
Definitely would say, especially for the packaging and how fast the game is, this is for anybody who is looking for a small game to take on the road with them or to conventions to be able to do a pick up and play, especially for the fact that it's up to 6 players.
Yes.
Now, going into that, we never had the experience with a 4 to 5 or 6 player game as we played the game. But one thing that we kind of noticed is that with the rules and how it laid out, we gave a discussion and kind of like a foresight of this game becomes a little less strategic in my opinion and probably plays more into luck, as again, with 6 players, that's 5 other players that you have to wait for their turn to be over. There's probably a lot of luck in there for you to be able to get what you need or what you want out of the card game by the time those 5 other players have a turn, and it literally can go 2 or 3 players and the game can be over, or that round can be over before you ever have a chance to play again.
Right.
So I definitely would say with the 4 to 5 or 6 player game, more luck is involved, whereas a smaller game, there's probably more strategy where you can start to see how people play, get a kind of like a Texas Hold'em or a poker kind of read off of them to see, hey, this person's been playing this way, so I might play a different way to block them from getting to the easy win and set myself up better.
Yeah, and technically this is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
So going from a smaller game of kind of like being able to plan out your turns to a more chaotic game of like, oh, this is luck and everything, and I am not going to be able to plan what people are doing. This is all just like by the seam of whatever's happening at the table and everything. So it's like, yeah, so both are great in everything. So no notes as far as that's concerned. Just something to point out.
Yes. Yeah, it's fast. The packaging is crazy.
It's so cute.
I keep saying all the time how Dead or Alive games not only make their packaging look impressive, because again, the artwork is great, the packaging all around is sleek and smooth, but how smart they are to make it to where
it's just a little
they utilize different techniques to
so cute.
Not only make it easy to carry around, but also too convenient, and I could toss it around without the worry of it falling apart or cars falling out and things like that.
And it's adorable too.
And it's adorable, yes. Now, I also had the experience of a solo game. Solo game, not necessarily my cup of tea. I'm more of a, if I'm playing a board game or a card game, I want to play with other players. But it is an option in this game to play solo. And what it does is, it doesn't change the rules too much, but allows it to where you're playing against basically a shared hand laid out with a imaginary or AI kind of setup opponent that they name in the game, in the rules, Victor, where you're basically sharing a hand with Victor to lay out cards still in a similar way on the rows on counting up or down, but for you want to count down to 0, whereas Victor wants to count up to 9, and whoever can play 0 or 9 more and get points wins. I experienced it. I would say it was enjoyable, but it was not personally for me. I'd rather play with other players.
And that's okay.
Yes.
Moon Buddy says that he is used to solo games and that he's played against Victor very many times, and sometimes Victor is the victor. But so
I just realized.
Did you just get it?
I just got that.
That's hilarious.
That's, ow.
That's the whole reason why I was laughing.
Yeah.
And the
That
fact that
makes
they
sense.
called him Victor. Ta-da!
I am the victor.
Exactly.
Okay. Not for things like that definitely Dead or Alive games are paying attention to, especially when it comes to pets. It's amazing.
Dead Alive games.
I just do it again.
You
Dead
did
or
it
Alive.
again. It's okay.
Hey.
We'll break him one day.
Probably not. I spent so many years playing that video game, that series.
But Moon Buddy says that you should go and get the game and that it's wonderful and kittens are the best.
Yes.
Other than Moon Buddy. Moon Buddy's the best, but kittens are also the best.
So by the time this video comes out, either the Kickstarter has already been in progress or it's underway. So definitely make sure to check it out on Kickstarter. Definitely look for any kind of incentives that they put on it. I know they usually do like tiers and things like that when they release on Kickstarter. So definitely Dead or Alive games, it'd be nice to possibly do some of those things into this for it, like maybe some of the suggestions we're making here, but also too whatever you already have pre-planned.
Yeah.
So make sure to keep an eye out for that. But other than that, yeah, it gets a huge approval from us at 10 times 10.
Yay! 10 meows out of 10.
Oh my goodness.
Woo! 10 Moon Buddies. Woo! Yeah.
So I think that's it for everything.
I think so.
We're gonna wrap up here. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to support your local game stores. As right now we are here live at a game store in our local area.
Yay.
Thank you. Shout outs to Games to Brentwood, Games to Pittsburgh, Games to Martinez.
Yeah.
If you're ever in the Bay Area, make sure to check out one of these stores. They have great different mixture and supplies of things that if you're a hobbyist like us, you're sure to find something. Also, too, thanks again to Dead or Alive Games for allowing us the time to play and review and check out their games beforehand. Hopefully, our little tidbits are a helpful indicator or educator on these type of games if you like them. Also, too, Hungry Gamer, who is a big helper to us as far as getting in contact with Dead or Alive Games, as well as to great guy to help explain certain games when we have questions or we run into little problems with mechanics of us misunderstanding.
Some great how-to tutorials and whatnot.
Check out his channel.
Please go follow, subscribe.
But for us, I am Gamer Lynn.
I'm Gamer Becca.
And we want you to keep it 100.
I got Moon Buddy this time. Ba-ba-ba-ba-doo.